Hey, good afternoon, coaches. This is Coach Anthony Williams, founder of Connected Athletics, Austin-based company that's using a technology platform to connect student athletes with other student athletes, with college coaches during the recruiting process, and successfully helping student athletes transition from high school to college and then into a career, whether it be in their sport or in their career choice. I've got another exciting prospect that I've gotten to know pretty well the last couple of years because of his attendance at FPU camps and some of our events. He is a class of 22 cornerback from Brandeis High School down in San Antonio area, 5'7", 150, 3.4 GPA. He's part of the junior council, so he's a leader. He's part of Young Life, so he's grounded. He's got two great parents. Say hello to class 22 cornerback, Aiden Rodriguez. Aiden, how you doing today?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, thanks for spending time with us, and sorry for the technical difficulties earlier, but let's jump right back into it here and talk about, what you've been doing to stay in shape during COVID-19, social distancing, to get ready for this upcoming season.
Well, I have a gym in my garage, and so me and my dad will go in there usually 5 times a week, and sometimes I'll invite a friend in there too, and we'll just go lift, get some benching, some squat, work some ab work, stuff like that, and then I try to get onto the field as much as possible. So once a week, I'll go up to Austin and work with former NFL cornerback Aaron Williams, and we'll go up there and work on my craft, footwork, work on the pedal and stuff like that. And then I'll go work with Elite House about 3 times a week, and that's usually more 7-on-7 type stuff, and just getting the team involved and working on coverages and stuff like that. And then me and my dad on the weekends will go, to Marshall or something, or Garcia, and we'll pull tires. We'll, work footwork again and stuff like that. So I try to stay active as much as possible.
Good. And obviously, from what I'm hearing, a lot of Texas high schools are opening up June 8th. So you're looking forward to getting back to your teammates and start summer conditioning?
Yes, sir, for sure. I miss those guys a lot. It's been a long time since I've seen them. So it'll be awesome to go back in there and work out with them again.
Okay. We're going to shift and watch your video later down the road during this interview. I want to jump into your academics because that's the one thing that college coaches are going to want to know about. You've got a very strong GPA and 3.4. Tell these coaches about the importance that you put on your academics.
Well, I know academics is really important to me. And so, just being able to get my work done so I can play football at the next level is really important to me. And, actually during this experience during COVID-19, my family has said that, this is like college, you got to be responsible for your own stuff. You got to do what you got to do. There's nobody telling you that you have to do it in college. So that's what I'm taking away from this experience and, going forward in the future.
Okay. Tell me, what are some of your favorite subjects in school? Are you a math, science, history, English guy? What are some of your favorites?
I like algebra a lot, so I'm a math guy.
Okay. Take this time now to shout out some of your teachers at Brandeis who have helped keep you on track academically.
Yes. Okay. So Ms. Middleton, she was my freshman year. She was my English teacher. She was really nice. Always stayed on top of me and helped me get through, some of the tough times that during school. And so she was a really big help my freshman year, just getting me introduced to the high school level of academics. And so, she was a big part of that. And another one is Ms. Gutierrez. She's my math teacher, and she helped me a lot, and the way she taught me was really helpful for me. And just being able to push through that and help me get all my work done is really awesome.
Okay. So good, strong academics. Have you had a chance? You haven't taken the ACT or SAT yet, I assume?
Not yet, no, sir.
Okay, good. What do you think you're going to major in when you get to college in a couple years?
Honestly, I haven't thought that far, but whatever I do, I know I'm going to be successful in it. As I'm a hard worker. I'm going to be able to do what I got to do. And so wherever I go, whatever I end up doing, I'm going to be successful in doing that.
Okay, I like it. Aiden, where do you see yourself fast forward maybe 6-8 years from now when you're done with football? What's your life going to look like when you're done with the game of football?
Um, that's kind of tough because, football's been a part of my life for so long. But, um, like I said, I don't know too much about what I'm going to do. But all I know is I'm going to be a successful man. My parents have taught me well. And, all the experiences that football has taught me, I will be able to use those in the game of life and be able to be successful.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about your family. Are you an only child? You the youngest, the oldest? And tell us a little bit about your parents.
Yeah, I have two sisters, Ava and Austin. And so they could be trouble sometimes, but, I love them to death. And, my parents are a big help with me all the time. They gave me the opportunity to be where I am today, getting me to camps and stuff like that. It's really helpful. I love them. They're awesome. I love them so much.
I assume that they're going to be part of helping you make a decision on what school you'll commit to over the next 2 years.
Yes, sir. They have a big part in that because, they know what I need. They know what type of stuff that I would be able to be introduced to and stuff like that. So they're a big part of that.
Have you guys, I know it's early, but have you guys as a family kind of sat down and started putting together a list of what's going to be important to help you make the college decision? Distance from home, scheme, culture, those kind of things?
Yes, my mother, she kind of wants me a little closer to home, but she said, if you're going to college, I'm okay with it. And so, that's something that's there. Also, I want to be at a place where it's like family oriented. I can connect with the coaches and the players and be comfortable, and just be myself. So that's another big thing that's a big factor in that.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about your relationship with your existing coaching staff there at Brandeis. Tell us about your relationship with your position coach and your head coach.
Yes, sir. Me and Coach Branscombe, we have a very special connection. He helped me a lot because, that transition from middle school to high school, playing middle school ball to varsity as a freshman, that was a big jump. But I'm so glad that he believed in me to give me this opportunity to play at the next level like he did. And so, that just really sparked a really good connection like that. So, I love him. He was a really big help in my transition to high school. And so, just getting with the coaches and the players, it was really nice.
So Aiden, tell me, so it sounds like you went from 8th grade ball to starting on varsity as a freshman. Talk about that change in speed of the game and how you handled that at such a young age.
Yes, sir. So it was definitely a lot faster than I expected. But throughout the year, that freshman year, the players, they believed in me also. And so that was a huge help, just knowing that they were going to help me and taking me under their wing to, so we can be successful. And so, throughout that year, my freshman year, the game started to slow down as the games went on.
Yeah.
And so that really helped me a lot. And, having that experience under my belt really, really helps me.
Well, you're midway through your high school career and already have 2 years of varsity experience under your belt. What would you tell a current 8th grader that's coming into Brandeis this fall for the first time who has dreams of playing varsity? What's the number one thing you would say that would help them in that transition?
You got to work hard. You got to believe in yourself. Don't be scared to do the right thing and all that stuff. And just, be the hardest worker on the field. You got to be the hardest worker on the field. Don't let anybody outwork you in anything you do. And that's what I did. And that I'm successful now. And that's what I'm going to keep doing.
Okay. Aiden, describe yourself. What do you consider some of your strengths as a defensive back, and what are some of the things you're going to work on going into your junior year?
Yes, sir. So I'm a technician. Technique is a really big part of me. I take pride in my technique. That's one thing that really helps me. Like if you need me to guard, like we were talking about, a 6'6" guy that's really fast, I can do that. If you need me to play against a slot, I can do that too. That's really a good route runner. I can do that too. If you need me to play safety, I can do that too. I'm an all-around DB. I can play the nickel, corner, and safety. If you need me to do anything, I'll do that. I can be in the boundary. I can be in the field. I can do all those things for you.
Well, I've watched you develop through the last couple of years at FPU camps and obviously training with my son Aaron. Um, Tell me about how you compensate for being an undersized DB. You talked about going against big receivers earlier. What do you do to help offset that size? I'm sure you said focus on your technique, but what else do you do from a mentality standpoint to make sure you compete at a high level against elite athletes?
Right. So when I line up, my mentality is always I'm winning this rep. So that's my mentality going into anything. And so when I'm up against a 6'6" guy, I'm gonna be like, okay, this is nothing. It's just another one-on-one. And so while I'm going, obviously my technique helps me, but just riding that hip, pushing them out of bounds, slapping the hand, all that good stuff. And then just being aggressive. If they're aggressive, you need to be aggressive back. And so, and then also just being smart on the jump ball situations too. You know, instead of going to jump up with them at the same time, you wait a little bit. And so when they're bringing the ball down, you can punch it or rip it out or whatever you need to do. So that's what really helps me against some bigger guys like that.
And tell these coaches that's great against the pass and bigger receivers. Tell us about your mentality against run. How are you in run support, and how do you attack that part of the game?
Yes, sir. Well, I'm one of the best tacklers on my team. And so when we watch film a little later, we'll be able to see that I can come up on the run. And once I recognize that it's run, I'm coming. And so I'll make that tackle in open space. I'll do that for you. And so that's a really big part of my game too, is tackling. And so, I had over 140 tackles in the past 2 years. And so, I'm going to make turnovers too. And that's a big part of my game.
And then tell us, with you being such a good athlete, I'm sure you play a role in special teams also. Talk to us about that.
Oh, yes, sir. So if you need me somewhere, I'm going to be able to do it. So you can put me at punt returner, kick returner. I can be a gunner on kickoffs to go hit the guy. I'm going to make plays for you. And then also I can go block kicks for you. You can put me on that also. Then, special teams is so fun for me because I can just fly around, be an athlete. It's a big part of my game too.
Okay. Before we jump into your video here, I think the signal's getting stronger now. Tell us a little bit about how you prepare for games on Friday night. Are you a film guy? Are you like a scouting report guy? Or you like to take it as new on a Friday night?
Yes, sir. So I usually watch film throughout the week, but then I guess right before the game, I always have to listen to one song, and that's "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Just something about that song. I just love it. But
timeless classic, because even I listened to that song back in the day when I was playing a long time ago. So I like
yes,
hearing it.
sir.
Hey,
Yes, love that
let's get
song.
into your video here, and let's talk about you making some of these great plays and letting these coaches know that you are a big time playmaker. So let me bring it up here. All right, can you see that pretty good?
It's still loading. Yeah, there we go. It's good.
Are you good on your side, Aiden?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna hit play now.
So like I said, I can play special teams. My team always wants me to get the ball in my hands because I'll make plays for you. So I had a reverse right there, and I'm just hitting the sideline. I should have scored right here, but no. So on this one, you got to know down and distance. It was third down right here, and he cut on my outside, so I had to flip turn, and then ended up making a big play. And on this one, he was getting on my heels again, and then so I felt him sink, and then that's when I sat down with him. Technique.
Yep.
It's just another angle of it. You can see where he breaks down. I'm right there with him.
Aiden, how many picks did you have last year as a sophomore?
I had 4.
Okay.
Yes, sir. This is against Westlake. I saw that there was an opening on the outside, so I had to bait him and then cut back out. And I was right down the sideline. It's another play against Vela in the playoffs. I was baiting him to throw that out, and then I picked off to go.
Looks
and
like
cover
you were
two.
cover two zone there, just kind of sitting in the flats, right?
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
This is what I was talking about. I can go block a kick for you. You know, I'll get off the ball and I'll go get it. This is also in cover two against Clemens, and I was baiting that out. He thought I jumped it, and then I ended up getting a pick.
That's great route recognition right there.
Yes, sir. And this is played a little offense too. You know, I just got on his heel, made him get on his heels, and then broke out. And this is what I mean by recognizing the run,
Yeah.
coming up hard, and tackling the guy. Another one. This is where I was, you know, I recognized the post, and so I stayed underneath him. And then it was an underthrown ball, so I was able to come down with it.
Aiden, do you play nickel and corner for Brandeis or strictly corner?
Just corner.
Okay.
For Brandeis, but I could play wherever you need me to.
Yep.
So. So on this one, I was just trying to make a play. I was supposed to run a hitch, but I found a hole in the defense, and I just came up and got that ball.
Yeah, you are, for somebody your size. I like that. I've always loved that you were aggressive. Come up and put a hat on somebody. That's impressive too.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Oh boy. Oh, give me that one back.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I was really upset at myself for that one. Okay, so on this play, you can see that there was no receiver on my side, so I recognized that there was going to be something coming back at me. And so I went back to the middle of the field and was able to break it up.
Yeah, I didn't see you back in offense last year. That's pretty impressive. I mean, I'm not surprised because you're such a good athlete, but that is impressive work there.
Yes, sir. And the reason why I didn't play too much offense was because I had broken my thumb on the third game of the year. So I was in a cast for most of the regular season.
Okay. Well, hey, so let's switch up the game here a little bit. Tell us about recruiting. Tell us who you're hearing from, who you want to hear from, and what's been your recruiting experience so far.
Yes, sir. So during all this, you know, craziness, it's been a little quiet, but you know that's why I've been going to camps and stuff in the past. Sadly, I can't do that this year because of the circumstances, but you know that's a big part of my game. You know, honestly, I just want to go. I don't care. I don't really care where I'm going. I just want to go play at the next level. I would love to compete. You know, I just want to go play against the best of the best. And so if you give me that opportunity, that'll for sure be an awesome experience for me.
Tell me, Aiden, who do you pattern your game off of? Either a college or pro player. If you're saying, hey, I want my cornerback play to look like that. Who do you look up to and pattern your game off of?
Yes, sir. So I've always tried to mimic Tyrann Mathieu's game. You know, he's a smaller guy like me. And so that's one of the guys that I've really looked up to and try to play like him. And so, you know, just being able to make turnovers, create plays and stuff like that, play fast all the time. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay. And then as a defensive player in the secondary, do you have a preference? Do you like being more in man or do you like being zone or does it matter to you?
Yes, sir. I like being man-to-man for the most part, but I can play whatever. You know, put me in the zone, I'll make a play too.
Okay. You've trained with a lot of very good people, both at FPU camp and obviously with Aaron Williams and others. Tell us, break down what it takes to be a good cornerback or good DB and grade yourself in those areas from eye. You always hear me at camp talk about eyes, hands, square shoulders, hips and feet, and ball skills. Talk to us about what you bring to those different skills.
Yes, sir. So honestly, footwork and eyes are one of the two main things for a DB.
Yep.
You know, you got to have good feet and you got to have good eyes. So when I'm playing up against somebody that's really quick, you know, you got to have good eyes. You got to be patient. Got to move your feet because if you throw your hand too early, you're gonna get stuck in the mud and it's no go. So yeah, those are two really important things for me. And then instead of I'm not very big, so I got to use that to my advantage, my quickness and my speed and stuff like that. And so when I'm pressing somebody, you know, I try to absorb it instead of really trying to press him. Mm-hmm. And so I use my hands like that. And then, that's pretty much how it is.
Okay. Well, you mentioned your size, so let's keep it real here. So right now, 5'7", 150, but you're still growing. You're still kind of a baby. Is there size in the family? And let me just ask you straight out, what height and weight do you think you'll be by the time you graduate from Brandeis?
Honestly, I wanna get to 5'9", probably like 170,
Okay.
180.
Mm-hmm.
That's my goal. And so if I can get to that, that'll be awesome.
Okay, that's real. I like the honesty in that answer. Tell me, what age did you start playing football, and when did you fall in love with football?
Well, I started playing football when I was 5 years old. And as soon as I stepped on that field, I fell in love with it right away. Because, my dad has always taught me that, there are lessons that you learn in football. And so when I started knowing that and learning that, that really helped me. And it really showed me what the game is all about. And so, just being a part of a team and, competing, those two things were really important. And I was missing that. And as soon as I got into football, I just fell in love with it.
Okay, I like it. Switching gears here, tell me a little bit about you off the field, away from football. What are your interests? Do you like to hunt, fish, be out in the water? What do you do in your spare time with your family?
There. Well, like I said, I'm a family guy. So I don't try to go out as much, but when I do, I'm with my family. And so we'll go on hikes and we'll go swimming or to the lake or something like that. And so I just try to stay with them, be family oriented and do something fun with them.
Okay. You're obviously a teenager, and teenagers always have their cell phone near or on them. What are some of your favorite apps right now? You a Twitter guy, Instagram? Are you on the TikTok yet? Tell me about that.
Yes, sir. So I'm usually on Twitter, just keeping up with the football world or whatever's happening in the world, all this craziness going on right now,
Yeah.
all the riots and stuff. So that's pretty big, and I'm usually on Twitter for right now. And
Okay.
then I'll get on Instagram every once in a while to watch some funny stuff, and then
Hmm.
Snapchat just to keep up with my friends,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Okay. And then what about music? What artists do you listen to get you hyped for a pregame or when you're working out?
Well, honestly, I can listen to whatever. I listen to a lot of different artists. I mean, I don't really pay too much attention to that. But like I said before, the one song I have to play before game day is "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins. I have to listen to that song.
So it begs the question: are you one of those guys that when they get to that drum beat that you have to stop what you're doing and do the boom 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 boom, or you just listen to the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
song?
Have to.
I hear that. Tell me also a little bit about, as we're starting to reopen from COVID-19 and you're starting to get out with your friends and maybe your girlfriend, what's your shoe game looking like? Are you a big shoe guy? Are you a Yeezys, Jordan guy? Which kind of guy are you?
I don't really mind. I don't really take my shoe game very far, and I wear Vans every once in a while, and
Okay.
I got the Air Force Ones, but when it comes to shoe game, I'm not too big on that. But when
Hmm.
it comes to cleats, I gotta go three-stripe life.
Okay. I hear you.
Yes, sir.
All right. I like it. Hey, tell me some other players either on your team or that you faced that you think college coaches should get on. Who would you want to shout out right now?
Jalen Rainey, and he's a really good athlete. He's tall. He's my safety right now, and he's a big prospect coming up. I need to look at him for sure because he's a big guy. I've been working with him too. His footwork is really nice. He's fast, and then he's long. He can use that to his advantages also.
Okay. Who else?
Let's see. Chandler Rivers, played against him a couple of times. He was at FPU as well.
Hmm.
He's a smaller guy like me, but he's fast. He's quick. He's an athlete. He's really good too.
Okay. Hey, Aiden, tell me outside of your family, who else has had a positive impact in your life?
Well, obviously my parents have been a big part of that, but I think the most that that's gotten me is the FPU Top Gun. Going to that, it really opened my eyes to I'm a really good athlete. I can guard anybody in the nation, and so when I went there, it really opened my eyes, and so that's when I got my confidence from.
Hmm.
And so, just being able to go against the best of the best up there was really fun. Getting all Top Gun, it really showed me who I was and what I could do.
So you've been at some national events and competed at a high level. Tell these college coaches, how would you describe your competitive nature?
I love to compete. If you put me against the best, I'll rise to the occasion. I could be guarding Odell Beckham or Amari Cooper or somebody like that. My mentality is I can guard this guy no matter what. So that's my mentality right there.
Okay. And then tell me, kind of change it up here. What do you do to give back to your community? Are you involved with your church, or do you do charity work, or what do you do to give back?
Yes, sir. So every once in a while, we'll donate to the food bank, me and my sisters and my family. And also my aunt, she's really big on that too, giving to the homeless and stuff like that. So we'll go out every once in a while, go downtown, help people in need.
Okay. I like it. Hey, tell me a little bit about, how would you describe your learning style to these college coaches? Are you a visual learner, verbal, or physical?
Yes, sir. I'm a big visual learner, but I just need to see it one time and then I'll be able to teach everybody else.
Okay. I like it. Um, Another simple question a college coach will ask you when you get on campus: why do you think your game translates to the college level?
Yes, sir. So, like I said, I'm very coachable. Um, my technique is on point, and I can use that. I could be a leader. I can show people how to do things, and I'm gonna make sure everybody. I'm a team player. I make sure everybody's involved, make sure everybody's doing the right thing and stuff like that. And so that's what I bring. I'm very competitive as well. Like I said, I'm gonna be the best athlete. I'm the hardest worker on the team. I'll be that guy for you.
Okay. I know you're a good athlete with tremendous footwork and speed. Tell us what other sports have you played? Are you a basketball guy, track, soccer, lacrosse? What else do you do besides football?
Yes, sir. I did do basketball for the past 2 years at Brandeis, and that really helps me with my quickness and speed and agility. Being able to move my feet and stuff like that, and that really helps with football too. Being able to do that, and then also track. I'm a big track and field guy. I run the 4x4 and 4x2 and stuff like that, and then I do long jump and triple jump.
Okay, I like it.
Yes, sir.
Hey, being a successful student athlete is a lot about overcoming adversity. Tell these coaches, give these coaches an example, either personally or dealing with football, where you had to overcome some type of adversity.
Yes, sir. So this past year, I broke my thumb against Marshall in the third game of the year, and it was the very first play of the game. I didn't know it was broken, so I finished the game out. And so the next day, I found out that it was broken. It was devastating. I didn't know if I was going to be able to finish out the year. And so they told me that I could. They casted me up. I had to sit out a game, though. And that upcoming game, the game that I was coming back, we were playing a team that we had never beat before, Brandon High School. And so I went in there. I got 2 picks that game, a couple bat downs, some big tackles, and we ended up winning 41-14 against that team. So, that was really big for me, being able to come back with a cast and get 2 picks like that. That was really big for me.
Awesome. Well, hey, let's finish up and let you get back to your day, but let's finish up with what we call the elevator pitch. Tell these college coaches why they should recruit you, and also tell them what you're going to bring to their program.
Yes, sir. First of all, I'm an all-around DB. If you need me to play safety, nickel, corner, I can do that for you. I can play in the boundary. I can play in the field. I can press. I can play off man. I'll be in the zone for you. If you need me to go up against a 6'6" guy, I can do that for you. If you need me to play in the slot, I can play that guy. I can contain. I can come up on the run. I can blitz. If you need me to go on a blitz, I can do that for you. One of the best tacklers on my team. I can cause fumbles. I can create turnovers. I make plays. And I change the momentum of the game. But not only on defense, on special teams as well. Put me at punt returner. Put me on kickoff. Put me as a safety. Put me as a gunner. Go send me on a block to go block the ball. And I can do that on offense too. I'm a great route runner. I'll be the best route runner on the team for you. I could be a slot. I could play outside. If you need me to be a running back, I can do that too. I'll get those first downs and I'll score for you. You know, my football IQ is really good for me, and my experience, you know, that really helps me a lot. And then I'm coachable. I'm a leader. I'm a team player. I'll get everybody involved for you. You know, I'm a technician. That's my nickname. They don't call me that for nothing. I'm the hardest worker on any team. And I've been playing football since I was 5 years old. And I guarantee you can ask any of my coaches, and they can guarantee everything I just said. You know, if you put the ball in my hands, I'm a hard worker. You know, I'll make plays for you. I'm very confident in my abilities, because I know God has given me the abilities, and my parents have given me the opportunity to be where I am today. And but I'm confident and I'm humble, so don't get that twisted. But yes, the reason why I'm so confident.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of coaches are checking off boxes, because you said all the things that most college coaches look for. I mean, it's nice to have size, and I'm not going to lie, but give me a kid like you that's a great playmaker and is grounded and understands the game, that it's a technique game, and you got to study over some kid who's just a raw athlete that I have to teach that to. I mean, you're going to do fine, and we're going to help you get your name out there and go from there. I once again thank you for your time on being on the podcast. Hopefully, I'll see you soon here at either the Texas Showdown or Top Gun or something, or on the sidelines this fall. But tell your family I said hi. Continue to be safe, and we'll see you this fall, okay?
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.